Welcome to this first episode of Vibe Coding. In this episode, I will explain you the basic fundamentals of website, like how exactly a website work. So when we develop a website, which will be a completely dynamic website, you should know how exactly the website is working, right? It mean like what is the server side language, what is designing, what is database, what is server, all those things, and how exactly they all interact with each other. Without that understanding, it will be little difficult to do vibe coding, because even if you're doing the development completely with the help of AI, uh, you should know the basics of website development, or else it will be very difficult for you to uh, go with the website development part. So I will explain you how exactly a website development works. First point is design. Then after the designing is done, we move to development. After that, we have database. We also call it as DB. This is the place where we store all our information, or maybe the user's information. Now, the website designing comes with HTML. Okay, so HTML is the primary language for website designing. But we have to understand that website designing is not only with HTML. So when you design the website, it comes with HTML, where you can understand this as a skeleton of your website. To give the styles and good look and feel for the website, you need CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. So with the help of HTML, which is Hypertext Markup Language, and CSS Cascading Style Sheet, you can design a beautiful looking website. Now comes the interaction part. So let's say if you click on a button, or maybe if you want to submit a form, like a contact form or something, those actions, the brain behind the website will be JavaScript. We also call it as JS. Now, with the combination of these three, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, wherein HTML will be the skeleton of our website, CSS will give the look and feel, the beauty for the website, and JavaScript will be the brain behind the website. Okay, with the help of all these three, you can design a fully functioning static website. Mark my word here, static website. Okay, with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the static website is done. You can host that website. Now, when it comes to hosting the website, where you have to host the website, that's where a server comes. There is a supercomputer, which is commonly known as server. So let's say there is a server located somewhere in your own country, or outside the country, or maybe within your city or somewhere else. So let's say this is a server. What server do is server keeps your file with it. So it's a kind of a storage which is specifically designed with the security levels for the website hosting. Okay. So all your HTML file, CSS file, JavaScript file will be stored in this server. Now what happens? So let's say there is a user which wants to see your website. So that user will come to a browser, for example, ULA browser. It comes to a browser, it types the URL. It can be witrich.com, doopstyle.in, anything. So once the user types the URL, or maybe search for the website, the browser will go and locate the website in the server. So it will come, it will locate the website in the server, and the server will return the file. Which file? This HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file. So in our case, we are calling this as design files. Okay. So it will return the design, it will return the design file to the user, and then user will see the website in the browser. Okay. So there will be a logo, some buttons here and there, some like image, and some text content or whatever it is. This is a beautiful looking website which will come in front of you. So all the files are stored in server. Now, as this is a static website, because it is just a design, It cannot store any user information in the server. Okay, to store the user information in the server, we need the development language. That is dev, the development language. What is development language? There are many. For example, PHP, .NET, Python. There are lot of development language out there. For now, and we are also going to develop our website in PHP, which is a very common server side programming language to develop the website. And most of the server supports PHP. PHP is the language to develop the website. What happens with PHP? PHP is a complete different language, same like HTML is a different language, CSS is a different thing, JavaScript is a different thing. Same way, PHP is also a separate and different language. Now, this PHP is also stored in the same server. Now, this is a language where it is a server side language. We call it as server side language, and we also call it as backend language. Why we call it as backend language? Because the PHP code which we write for our website is not visible for the user in the browser. The PHP code is not visible to the user. User cannot see the PHP code here in the browser. It will only see the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then what PHP exactly do? PHP is integrated within the HTML and all, but it is specifically stored in server to communicate with the user and the requirement of the user. Okay, so let's say user wants to create an account in our website. So with the help of PHP, it will help the user to create the account. Okay, the designing and all those things will be taken care by the designing languages. The server side communication will be taken care by the PHP. So let's say if the user wants to create an account, so a user requests to create a new account on a website. So this specific operation will be taken care by PHP, which is stored in the server. Now what happens when a user creates an account? This account information, which can be a email or maybe a phone number, name, password, primarily for any like in general, primarily to create an account, the email and the password is required no matter what it is. The phone number can be optional thing. The name can be saved later but not on the sign up form, but the email and the password is required to create an account. Now, when the user enters the email address and password, it has to be stored somewhere, right? Or else if the user comes back after some days or some time and try to log in with the same email address and the password which the user has already given to us while creating the account, this has to be stored somewhere. So in that case, the database comes in. There are different type of database, MySQL, MariaDB, lot other databases are there. But in our example, we will primarily focus on MySQL. MySQL is a very organized form of storing the database. So now what happens in the servers where all the files are kept. So if you see here, all the files are kept. Which files? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the designing files, the server side backend language. And then there will be a database. So this is the database where all our data is stored in a row and column structure. This is database. This is rows. These are columns as usual. So username will be stored here. The password will be stored here, something like that. Okay. So this is in general a database where the user's data is stored. Now here what happens? PHP language will have one connection with the database as well. Okay, so it will not go and check any random database in the world. It will specifically go to the database which you own for your website. Okay, the database will have a unique name. A unique name will be given to the database. There will be a unique password to the database. So the unique name and the password for the database will be stored somewhere in PHP. There is one file called environment file, also known as .env file. So this file is a highly secured file. This is where the server comes into the picture, and this env file is stored in server but not accessible to anyone except the development team of the website, and that too they can access this env file after entering to the server and looking at the architecture of the website. The users and all whoever do not have direct access to see the files in the server, they will not able to see the env file by any cost. In this env file, all the information of the database will be stored. For example, username, password, IP address, and all those things. Now, whenever there is a request by the user to create an account, the PHP language, okay, so the user requests the account, the PHP language will hit the server, it will check the database, it will see whether the information which is provided by the user, which is the email address and password, is already available in the database or not. If the information is already available, the database will send back the information to PHP stating user is already available, and the PHP will come to the design part, the website part, and with the help of the design language, it will show the user that the email address and the password which you are using is already available in the system. That means you are already a user of this website. So instead of creating an account, please sign in. Now user knows, okay, my information is already there. I will sign into the website. It goes to the sign in page, uh, opens the sign in form, and then fill out the information, then hit the sign in button. It again comes to the PHP language. PHP will come to the server, it will communicate with the database, just check whether the information provided by the user, that is email address and password, both are matching. It is case sensitive. If both information match, the database sends the request to the PHP saying that yes, the information matches, and then the PHP will run a logic and the user will be logged in. In the same process, if the information provided by the user, which is username and password, do not match with the record, the MySQL will send the information that information do not match. The PHP will come to the design and tell the user that the information which you provided do not match with our records. So this is how the overall process works. So let's have a revision here, which I will mark it with the green color. So there are three primary sections for us, which is design, development, and database. In designing, three primary languages comes in. One is HTML, then CSS, and JS. HTML stands for hypertext markup language, CSS stands for cascading style sheet, and JS stands for JavaScript. These three primary languages are responsible for the designing of the website. HTML is the skeleton of the website. CSS brings the beautification for the website, and JavaScript is kind of a brain of the website where all the interactions like clicking to a button, filling the form, changing page content, expanding and collapsing some of the UI elements, all those things are taken care by the JavaScript. All these files are stored in a special computer called server. When a user requests for the website, the browser comes to the server, request for the files, and the server gives back all the files, the designing files, and then the website is visible to the user. Now, with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we can design the website. That designing of the website will be called as a static website that doesn't store and retrieve the data for the user. because of which we call it as static website, which is designed with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then we come to the development part of the website. For our example, in the development part, we are going to use the PHP as our language. So the PHP is again a code which is again stored in the server along with the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. PHP is called as server-side language, also called as backend language. So what happens is PHP generates the logic, rules, functions, all those things. When the user wants to create an account, the logic is taken care by the PHP to execute that action. Now, when it comes to creating an account, the data which is shared by the user has to be stored somewhere. That's where the MySQL database comes in. The MySQL database stored all the data in a special database, which is a structured database. The PHP language holds the database password so that it doesn't go and check the random database in the world. The database information is stored in a special file called .env file, which is a environment file. All the user information will be stored in this database. Whenever the user requests for a new account, the PHP which is there stored in the server will execute the function with the help of the database. The database throws back the information and user sees the information. If the user information is there, it will check the logic and it will proceed to the next step, or else it will reject the operation by the user and it will ask the user whether to check the credentials, or if the user account is not available, please create an account. So this is one of the basic structure process which is primarily used in all the ways. Uh, Design is required, development is required, MySQL database is required. I took the example of creating an account, but no matter what it is, it goes with the same process. Now, with the help of PHP and MySQL, what we can do specifically is the operation called as CRUD operation. CRUD, CRUD operation. So C stands for create. It can create a record. It can create a new account. It can create a new information, whatever. It can create a new data in one simple language, if I say. R stands for read. It can read the data which is there in the database. U stands for update. Update data. So if you want to update your password, if you want to update your image, if you want to update your about us information, whatever it can be, U is update. And D stands for delete. Delete data. This is what exactly a dynamic website do. It creates the data, it reads the data for you to show in front of you, it updates the data if it is required, and it can also delete the data if you don't want to. So when we develop a website, we are creating a CRUD operation. And it's not mandatory that all create, read, update, delete has to be there in each and every function. In some of the function, it can only create the data. In some of the function, it can only read the data. In some of the function, it can only update the data. In some of the function, it can only delete the data. But in overall, in the entire website, for one specific operation, in this example, let's say if you want to create new account. So the new account will be created when you want to log into the data. When you want to log into the website using the same data which is created, the PHP will read the data which is there in the server. Then it will show you the data which is there in the database. And then if you want to change your password, then it will be update the data. And just because of any reason, if you don't want to keep your account in that specific website, you can go ahead and delete your data. If you understood this, then we are good to go to start with our development of a website. We will start with a very basic website in the next episode of this video. So thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. So first thing is we need a local server. So why do we need a local server? When we develop a website, we need a server to go and check whether the website is running as per our requirement or expectation or not. So that is the reason we need a live server. But when we are developing the website, we can't go and host our website and check in live server. Actually, we can, but in one way we should not. So what is the alternate for that is a local server. So where do we get the local server from? We can get the local server from Apache Friends. So Apache Friends has one local server called XAMPP, and we can install XAMPP in our system, which is computer, our regular computer in which we are going to develop the website. No matter what operating system you are using, Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, it's completely fine. Once we get the XAMPP installed in our system, we will have our local server. Make sure with that local server, the website cannot be accessed to the complete world. It is only in the system which we are working. To make the website available to the world, we need the actual live server. That we will do in the later part. Now let's see where to download the XAMPP from. So for that, you have to come for apachefriends.org. You can directly search XAMPP on any search engine. You will land here. Based on what operating system you are using, you have to click on any one of the button and the XAMPP will be downloaded. Once the XAMPP is downloaded, you have to install the XAMPP as you install a regular software. Once it is installed, then you're good to go. After XAMPP, we need one more thing which is called as Composer. So what is Composer? Composer is a dependency manager for PHP. What is dependency? So when we design or develop a website, there might be a high chance we need a plugin or a third party package which we want to implement in our website. So how do we manage those third party packages? How do we install the third party packages in our Laravel PHP development environment? So that is where the Composer comes in. There is one more way. Instead of downloading the Composer from getcomposer.org, when we start developing the website with the help of AI, we can ask AI to get the Composer installed in our system or in our environment. Okay, so both ways are there. If you want to go and download, you can visit getcomposer.org or you can download it with the AI prompt. The last and the most important thing which we should have is a AI code editor. Without that, we can't develop the website, right? So what I am going to use is Cursor. So Cursor is a tool which is developed on Visual Studio. This is a AI code editor. This is the place where you can give your prompts and AI will write the code for you. So this is the tool which we are going to use, which is Cursor. The link for all these three tools will be available in the description. You can go and click on the link, download the tools, install the tools, and how to use the tools that we will see in the next one. Before I start, I assume all the softwares and tools which are required like XAMPP, Composer, and Cursor. Composer, again, it's an optional thing. I assume the installation is done in your system. So let's see how exactly we can start our XAMPP server. So what you have to do is go to your launchpad and look for XAMPP folder, XAMPP bracket other. If you are in Mac, if you are in Windows, you can simply type XAMPP and you can find the XAMPP application. I will click on this XAMPP and again I will click on Manager OS X. In Mac, you have to enter your password, the system password, and hit enter or click on OK. Once you do that, this is the XAMPP software user interface. At the time of recording this video, my version of XAMPP is XAMPP 8.2.4-0. Okay. So this is the first user interface of the XAMPP. What we need and where we have to go is we have to click on this My Servers. So if I click on My Servers, you will see three options here: MySQL database, Pro FTPD, and Apache Web Server. The first and last option, which is MySQL database and Apache server, is what we need to work on a dynamic project. Okay. So we have to start the server first before we start the project. Whenever we start the project, we have to start this server and database, or else we can't work on our dynamic project and we can't preview it in local system as well. Okay. So what I will do, I will click on MySQL database. I will click on start, and then I will click on Apache web server, and I will click on start. But if you want Pro FTPD also to be started, you can click simply on start all. Even if this is started or stopped, that doesn't matter for us. What matters is MySQL database and Apache web server should be running. So I'll click on start all. And once I click on start all, you will see the tags over here turn yellow and the status says starting. It takes time. It's not that as soon as you click, it will just start. It takes some time. Yeah. So there we go. Now the status is running and you can see the tags are green. Once this is done, you can just simply minimize that. Make sure you are not closing it. You just minimize it. Okay. Then you open any browser, the browser which you are working on. It can be a ULA browser, Chrome, Safari, Edge, whatever it is. Now what you have to do is type local here. So if you type local, you will see local host. If you don't see local host here, just type complete local host and you will see welcome to XAMPP localhost. So if I click on this, so you can see XAMPP, Apache plus MariaDB plus PHP plus Perl. So MariaDB is a type of database which is supported in MySQL database as well. So this is the first landing page. You can see localhost dashboard here. FAQs are here, how to guide PHP info. This is your PHP info file. Right now your system is supporting 8.2.4 version of PHP. This is also important for us, but not at this time. Okay, so we'll close this. And then this is the place where we can create or read our database. So I'll click on my PHP admin. Once you click on this, this is your database user interface. I am hiding few of this database here because I am working on the project. But when you install this for the first time, you will see some database like information scheme, MySQL or test, something like that. PHP my admin also, there is a chance that you can see this. This is the place where you can see all your database which you have created. So this is how you start the XAMPP and this is how you see your database there. Now, in the next video, what we will do, as I'm assuming that you have already installed Cursor and we have also started our local server. So in the next video, we will download our Laravel project and after that, we'll quickly get started with our structure of our website and then we will start developing the website. So as of now, we have learned which tools are required for wipe coding. We have also set up our local server using XAMPP. And now in this video, we will download our Laravel project. Laravel is a PHP framework in which we are going to build our web app. So without wasting much time, let's jump onto the screen and let's see. So first thing first, check out your server is running. In my system, the local server is running. After that, we will open Cursor. When you launch Cursor for the first time, this is the window you will see. In my case, I have few projects which are running. So I'm blurring this out. But here, if you see, you have an option of open project. This is clone repository when you clone a repository from GitHub. And this is connect via SSH where you can connect directly to your server. So in our case, what we will do is we will go to Finder and inside documents, we will create one new folder and we will name it as vibe code. For our easy accessibility, I will pin this folder here and we will go back to Cursor. Now here I will click on open project and I will go to documents and I will select the wipe code folder and I will click on open. Now we have selected our folder and inside this wipe code folder, we are going to download our project, our Laravel project. First thing I will tell you the interface of Cursor. These are some options where if I click on this, you can see this, the primary sidebar is toggled on off. This is a terminal window. Right now, we don't need this, but yes, for the same project, we will need this in the coming videos. And this is a toggle AI panel. So you can click this panel and the chat option will turn on and off. And this is where you have settings. You can go and change your settings there. So yes, let's get started with the first step, which is downloading the Laravel project. So what we will do here for this basic things like downloading the projects and all, we will not use our Sonnet 4.5. We will simply go to auto. I will click here and I will click on auto here. Okay. Now I will tell this AI that I am going to create a notes maker web app in PHP, sorry, PHP Laravel. As our first step, download the Laravel framework and hit enter or click on this button. Then it will start analyzing and it will start planning, and you can see now it sees like, okay, PHP version, so then engine 4.4, copyrights, all those things, the composer. If you don't have composer, as we discussed earlier, you can same way you can say like this is what it is and I want to install the composer as well. The AI will start doing that. So if you see right now, we have some files already there in our wipe code folder, and Laravel installation successful, verifying the installation, and there we go. So now you can see our Laravel framework is downloaded here, and if you click on any of our file, you can see the code as well here. So let's say for example, if you go to app and controller, you can see the control file. Now our Laravel framework is downloaded. We have to see whether the Laravel framework is running or not. So for that, what happens first is, see, our server is running, right? Here, our XAMPP server is running, Apache web server. Right now, we are not working on any database or anything. So MySQL database, if it is still not running, it's okay. But Apache web server is running. Now what we have to do is we have to tell that I want to run this project and I want to see this in my browser. We don't know what exactly to type here to see our project. So for that, what we will do, we'll come back to cursor. We will ask the AI to run this project. So we'll tell run this app to view in browser. I will hit enter. Even if you do any spelling mistakes on typing, that is completely fine. So if you see this, there is a command here, that is PHP artisan serve. This is the command which allows, which tells the project that, okay, we have to execute the project. We have to start the project, and then you can see this Laravel development server is running. Access your application at. So this is your URL. This is your local server URL. So if you come to, so if you come back to your browser and if you add this URL here, and then you will see your Laravel project is up and running. So yes, our Laravel project is up and running. It is running in Laravel 12 version. So what we are going to develop here is a notes making app where you can go and type your notes and it will get stored in your database. So like this, we have successfully downloaded our Laravel project and it is up and running. We are going to learn about how to build a wireframe of a website, which we are going to build in Cursor AI. So what is wireframe? Wireframe is nothing but how a website flows from one page to another. So we'll quickly get started by jumping onto the screen and let's build our wireframe of a website. So first is our home page. So how the home page will look like just a basic design of a home page. Let's say this is a home page. We will have a image or some running structure here. So we will have an image here, and quickly we will have a CTA. CTA will say uh, start your notes or anything like this can be like discussed later as well. But this is our general homepage. We will not have much like just start notes here, and this will be at the center of our page. So let's say this is our page, and basically this specific area will be in the center of the page. Okay. After that, if someone clicks on start notes, where it will go basically is it will go to a page where user will sign in. So this will be our sign in page where user will fill the form. Basically, this should be email and then password, and there will be a button of sign in. Okay. If the user don't have an account on our website, then there will be a link to sign up. Okay, so when user click on sign up, it will get redirected to a sign up page where the user will create the account. So here is create account. Okay, so again, there will be some form and then the button, sign up button and all. So when the account is created or the user already have an account, it will eventually come to a same page which will show the user the list of the books which he or she has. So this will be a book page. So book 1, book 2, something like that. Okay. Then we can have some buttons here, edit or edit book settings or something like that. So this page will consist all the books here. When the user click on any book, it will get redirected to the pages of that book. Okay, then we will have a list here. So page 1, then page 2, then page 3, and so on. This is a page where all the pages will be listed. So this is a pages or page. After that, once the user click on any of the page, then it will get redirected to the edit page section. Edit page. So here the user will have the text editor where where the user can click the bold text, italic text and all those things. And this is the area where the user will write the content, the notes, basically the notes. The content is notes, nothing else. Okay. So this is our very simple but a very effective framework or wireframe of the website. As this looks small, but it need a good amount of time and focus to build this website. Okay. Here also we can see there is a division here. So if I see this area, okay. So this section and like a kind of this section, so I will make it dotted, not kind of, actually this is also comes in that area. So this green section is a public section. Public means anyone can visit these pages. Okay, this is a public area. After that, the after the public area, this is a auth area. Authentication, where the user needs a sign in or create account, which is sign up thing, like that. But this is also comes in public because user doesn't need to be logged in to access this page, right? To access the private section, which is this one, private. To access the private section, the user needs the authentication pages. That's why this area is in public. So our website is primarily divided in three parts. One is public, which includes the authentication area, and then the private area. In private area, what it consists? It consists of books, pages, and edit pages. So basically, if you see here, the user clicks for the first time. There's one click, click number 1. Then this is login page, that authentication. We don't count this because if the user is already logged in and the cookies are stored, once the user click on this step 1, it will directly go to the step 2. Okay. After step 2, step 3 to select the page and the final destination. Here we don't have the clicks. So in 3 clicks, the user is on the final page, which is our edit page or view page, whatever it is. So this is a very basic and a quick wireframe of our website. And using this method only, we are going to tell Cursor that this is the structure of my website. Accordingly, build the website. So as we have created our wireframe of the website in the last video, so in this video, we will tell ChatGPT that this is our wireframe and this is what we want in the website. So let's get started. I have already instructed ChatGPT and I got the prompt, but still I will show you that what I have instructed ChatGPT to get the prompt as. So let's jump onto the screen and see how to get our website wireframe ready using AI. In ChatGPT, what I told that write a prompt to Cursor AI to build a notes maker app using TinyMCP. So TinyMCP is the text editor. We have to download that. So I will tell you how to download that. It's a free text editor. So just search for TinyMCP free download. And this is the TinyMCP free download. If you click on this, you can go to this page. I will drop this link on the description of the video. You can directly click and come to this page. So license type is GPL2 plus and you can get this for free. This is self-hosted option. Just click on download and once the TinyMCP is downloaded, keep it aside. I will tell you where to place this. Okay. Let's come back to ChatGPT and then as the text editor, TinyMCP as a text editor and Tailwind as our design framework. So there are a lot of design frameworks like Bootstrap and all. So in this project, we are going to use Tailwind. That is my personal choice. You can use any framework which you like, which is live in the market. Okay. And as we discussed in the last video, what are our primary pages? So our primary pages are home, sign in, sign up, books, pages, and write notes. Okay. So these are our page structure. So the wireframe of the website is as follows. Homepage with a minimalistic page which contain one graphics and a button called make notes which will redirect to the next page. If the user is not signed in, so this is in actually in AI, if you do spelling mistake, that is completely fine. Okay, so if user is not signed in after clicking to make notes button, the user will be redirected to the sign in page and then redirected to the books page. In books page, user can create unlimited new books. Okay, inside books, user can create unlimited pages. This page will contain list in the table which user can change the name of the page and also get into the page which is our write notes section. Write notes section will be a full width page where user can write the notes. Here to write the notes, we will use TinyMCP as our text editor. Okay, I gave this section to ChatGPT and ChatGPT wrote a in detail prompt for me. Okay, now let's go to Cursor. This is where our project is already downloaded. And now here what you have to do, if you see the public folder here, inside this public folder, you have to paste the TinyMCP folder. So I will come to my project wipe code and I will go to public. This is my public and here I will paste my TinyMCP version 8.2.2. When you are downloading TinyMCP, the version can be completely different and which is completely fine. You can use that. So I'll just unzip this. So this is the TinyMCP folder and then here you go. This is the TinyMCP folder which you have to paste there. So I will copy this or maybe I will rename this first because again there will be two folders with the same name and that will create confusion. So we have to delete this basically and paste this. So this is the folder where all the required files for TinyMCP is here. Now we don't need this folders and the zip file and I will rename this to TinyMCP back again. Okay. Let's tell ChatGPT that TinyMCP is placed in the public folder and accordingly write the prompt. TinyMCP is there in the public folder. As per that, write the prompt. We are using the free version of MCP. Hit enter or return. Okay, wait for the prompt to be generated. While the prompt is generating, I will tell you one information here. So what happens is like when we have a detailed prompt for Cursor AI, that is good to build a app. So as the prompt is in detailed, we get more appropriate result and we don't have to give the prompt again and again. In minimum ways, we can get our website ready. Okay, now the prompt is completely ready. Project summary and all those things, build notes. Okay, so what we will do, we will copy this completely till here and we will come back to cursor where we have our auto mode on, and I will paste my prompt here in a nice way, and then I will click on this arrow or hit return or enter, and I have to wait now. The cursor AI will analyze my prompt and it will start building the web app. So as you can see, the to-do list is been created here with the steps. So set up project structure, front end, back end, folder, package, JSON and all. Create backend, then SQL Lite with all those things, and then create front end, then implement auth page as we discussed, then books and all. By the time I will show you one new thing which I have started. This is a dopestyle.in website where you can shop for men's, women's, and unisex category. This is a place where you can shop for some different design which is HTTP human. So all the web related codes like error 404, error 500, 201, and all those things are designed in a very humanly touched form. Okay, so if you see here, 201 create, then 301 moved permanently, 401, and then 404 love not found. So if you are interested in any kind of this design, please visit dopestyle.in and you can buy a design which you like. Okay, so let's get back to the cursor. In between, there will be some pages where cursor will ask for the access. Please accept that. For example, git ignore or .env, this type of pages, cursor will not directly go and change. It will ask your permission. So in that case, click on accept and let the cursor work on it. In this way, the cursor has finished the task. Let's see whether we have some errors or the website is up and running. In most of the cases, we will get error and we should get error. So let's see our website is up and running or not. Uh, Run app to see in browser. But before that, it says like installing dependency, then starting the app. So there are some dependency which need to be installed, and then the cursor will start the app. So there is one more thing which is going to happen is cd frontend npm, and again one npm installation is going to happen here. So as you can see, it is telling that starting the backend server to create the database table, then seeding. So waiting a moment for the backend to initialize, then seed the database. So in this case, what we will do, we will stop this structure and we will create the database first. So let's go to the local host. Here I am in local host. I will go to my PHP admin here, and then I will click on new database. This is the place where you have to give the name of your database. So in our case, I will just name it as my underscore notes underscore app. Okay, I will copy this name first and then I will click on create. So now you can see my underscore notes underscore app is created as the database. You can see this is here. Now let's go to the cursor and find the env folder. So this is the env folder. Click on this and here you will see database. DB is database. Now remove the hash which are there one by one. Very carefully make sure you're not removing any of the content from here or any one letter as well. Done. So this is our database is connection, and this is the DB database is where we have to add the name of our database. So we'll paste it here, my notes app. Username will be root and password will be nothing here as we are using a local server. So there won't be any password here. When we'll make this website live, that time we need to add the password, but I will show you how to do that. Okay. And the app name instead of Laravel, I will name this as my notes. Okay, I will save this file. Okay, now we can see what's config is database. SQLite is config here, but we don't want SQLite. So we'll tell cursor that we don't want SQLite. We'll give it as it is, light, SQL lit. SQL Lite, we have to connect to MySQL server, MySQL local server database. It is asking to write or check the .env file. So we will tell accept. So once we click on accept, the cursor can go and check everything in MySQL thing. Now you can see. Okay, so if you see this DB Connect SQL lit is highlighted in red and DB Connect MySQL is highlighted in green. So what does it mean? Like if you click on accept here, so the MySQL lit is gone and MySQL is in there now. So this is what the change which cursor made with the help of the AI now. Now let's see all those things, SQL server and all. It is still writing and yeah. So let's see. So now we have data tables in our database. Now in these tables, we can save our data. So let's see what is there in user. So user is a table. Inside the table, we have some rows as well. So here we have ID, email address, password hashing, created at and updated at. So what happens here is we can store the user email address here and the password here. But we also need name here, right? So we will tell cursor that in user, we should also save username and user profile picture and hit enter. Now what it will do, instead of just having ID, email, password, it will create two more columns here which will hold the information of username and the place and the link where the user will save their profile picture. Okay, I believe this is done. Whenever it is done, it gives a long brief of what exactly the AI has done. So let's come back here to MySQL server, refresh here, and now you can see the username and profile picture column has been added successfully. Okay, cool. So let's come back here and okay, let's click on keep all so that all the changes which are done are placed here. Okay, now let's tell the cursor to run app in browser. Still it gives like after artisan serve, it is showing this URL. So let's go to this URL and see whether it's running or not. Yes, it says some error at least is there. Now I can say like, okay, this is the error. How to tell AI there is an error. So just copy this first line which is in bold and paste it here. Copy this as well and paste it here and hit enter. That's all. Nothing else to do. So it will read the error, understand what exactly it is, and accordingly it will rewrite the code. Okay, so visit this. It will redirect to the app. So yes, there we go. So this is our app up and running. Your notes, your way, organize your thoughts and ideas effortlessly. So we have a copy ready with the website as well. Make notes. If I click on make notes, it will take me to the sign in page. And if I am not a user, it will tell me don't have an account, sign up. So I'll click on sign up and there I have a sign up page as well where I will put my username, which is optional, email address, profile picture URL. I think we have to make some changes here, then password. I'll click back here and I, let's see what is my demo user credentials. I think it created some quick starter and here I should have my demo credentials. Here you go. So I will copy this, I will paste it here and demo123 is my password. I will paste that here and I will click on sign in. So once I click on sign in, you see my books are here. So my first book and created it and all and open page. If I click on this, the open page is also here. And now if I click, you can see here open, duplicate or delete or create a new page. I will click on open and this is where it fails, like fail to load page. So if I click here again, it says failed to load page. As you can see now, our app is up and running. There are few errors here and there, and that we will solve, but in the next video. And what we will do in the next video, we will try to solve the errors which are there in our app. We will also see which are things are not required. We will remove that, and we'll also check which are the things which are placed in a wrong way. We will fix that, but not everything in the same video. In the next video, we will see the error, like we are not able to open the page. We will try to open the page by fixing the error. In this video, we are going to fix the errors which we saw in the last video. So without wasting much time, let's jump onto the screen and let's get started. In the last video, what error we saw is when we were trying to open the page, it was showing an error, failed to load page. Now let's do one thing. Let's go back to cursor, and this time, instead of using in auto mode, let's switch to Sonnet 4.5. This is the Claude AI agent, Sonnet 4.5. We will check on this. So basically, Sonnet 4.5 is one of the most advanced, and for me, as a personal opinion, it is giving the best results. So we will use that Sonnet 4.5 and make sure the Sonnet 4.5 is only accessible in the paid version. Okay. So basically what we are going to do here is come back to the browser and click on open again. Just try to copy this message and come back to cursor and mention here, while opening the page it shows an error, and paste the error here, and also say in what page URL. So we can copy this URL, come back to cursor and say on URL this one. Now the Claude Sonnet 4.5 model knows where exactly it has to go and find the error, because we have given the specific URL for that. And also we have told what is the error there. Now the Claude will go identify the error and fix the error. Now the Sonnet 4.5 has identified the issue and it is giving a summary that this is the issue. Now let's click on open one more time, and there we go. Now we can get into the page, but now what it says is the editor is not opening. I am previewing this inside the cursor itself. So if I open this on URL, text editor TinyMCE is not loading slash opening, and hit this arrow and let the AI see the problem and fix it. So here what it is saying is TinyMCE, I found the issue, the TinyMCE editor are not installed. So basically what we have to do is, I believe when we change the model, it is not able to find that. Now we can say the MCP is located in the public folder. And what you can do, you can go to public. This is our TinyMCE folder. Click, drag and leave it here. So it will give the path to the chat, and again click enter. Now it says perfect. I see the TinyMCE is located in uh, the public folder. The issue is that editor component is looking in the wrong location and using the wrong API. Let's fix that. Okay, so now basically Claude identify the issue and it's solving it. In some cases, if you feel the cursor is taking more time than usual, in most of the cases what happens is it get into a loop and it's not performing anything. In that case, just type looks like it is stuck and just hit enter. See, it worked, right? So yeah, sometime it happens. I will just click on keep all. Perfect. And that's how we completed this integration of TinyMCE, and our notes maker area is fully ready. So you can type anything here. This is my working area, full stop, and just click on save, and successfully saved. Let's check this in browser as well. I'm coming here, refreshing this, click on open, and yeah, there you go. So what changes I made inside this cursor browser, the same changes I can see here. This is the complete notes making area for me. Okay, you have the undo and redo option as well. Just simply click on save and there you go. Your notes is saved. If you just go back one step, yes, this is something which is not working, I believe. So let's go back to cursor and now write from URL. This is the URL which we have to take, this one. And what we will say, user is not able to perform go back action from breadcrumbs. What is breadcrumbs? So if you see this books, pages, editor, so this is breadcrumb. So from here, we are not able to perform the go back action or from navbar. So if we click here, from here also, we are not able to perform the go back action. It goes to a blank page. I will give this prompt to the Claude model and let it do its magic. Perfect. Perfect. Now, if you can see, I will click on open. Now, from here, if I click on pages, there you go. It's working, right? So, if I come to browser now and I will click on open personal finance, I can do whatever I want to type here. And then, if I want to go back to pages, I can come back to pages here. Cool. Now, the error which we saw where we are not able to type anything in our notes, we fixed that error. Now, let's do one thing. In the next video, let's do a deep dive check based on our experience and based on our level. A deep dive check, and let's identify which are the places where we want some changes, which are the places where we want to make some modifications, and which are the places we don't need. Let's make a list of that and we will start performing that step by step. We are going to make the changes whatever we have pointed out in the last video. So if you haven't watched the last video, please go and check the playlist. This is a complete series of wipe code. Okay, so let's get started. So the first one is homepage UI changes. So what I will do, I will just copy this and come back to cursor and paste this one here. So homepage slash landing page UI change navbar. Make the changes in this prompt. Add a navbar and login button on navbar. Make a complete SaaS type landing page. The app name is my notes. Okay, hit enter. So we told cursor that make the changes and the app name is now my app. Let's say whether it is identifying that, and if it is doing, then well and good. Okay, so basically now you can see if we come back to our browser and sign out here, boom, you see this? My notes, features, pricing. Anyways, we didn't ask for pricing and all. It gave the pricing, your notes organized and beautiful. Then see, there is some beautiful rich text editor. I don't know how exactly this is coming here, but we will try to see that as well. Everything you need: rich text editor, organized books, auto save. Oh my god. Then ready to get started. Notes, privacy terms, all those things are up and running here. So see demo. It is coming to this sign in page. Basically, our landing page is looking too good, right? Yeah. So yes, the landing page is looking too good. I'm loving it. If you want any changes, instruct the cursor with the prompt and it will give you this such a beautiful designed page. Okay, I will come back to cursor and I will click on keep all. Cool. Let's get to the next point is redesign the sign in page. Okay. I will click on redesign the signing page, add the form in the container, and again wait and watch. Okay, so what now it is saying is it has built the page. Yes, there we go. So the page is ready. As it is a demo, it is also showing that what is the demo URL for this one. So let's come back to the browser, refresh this and click on login. And there we go. We have a beautiful looking login page where it says welcome back, sign in to continue my notes. This is the demo account with the demo username and password, the email address field, password field, remember me, forget password, and new to my notes, create an account. So if I click on this, here we have this again old looking page. So let's make it beautiful. So come back to cursor. By the time it finishes this, let's go back to our browser and in the document, and let's take this one. I will copy this note. I will come back to cursor and it is already writing this, but we can start typing the prompt here. So redesign the signing page, and now I can say here in bracket, in same design language of sign in page, sign in page. Form contains name, email, phone number, password. Profile URL we don't want. Okay. And then, oh, wait, it is by default taking this and redesigning the sign up page. You see that? We don't have to tell that redesign the sign up page also. It is doing by himself, redesigning the signing page. Let's wait and watch and see what exactly and how exactly the redesigning is happening. Okay. So let's wait and watch. I am too excited. But one more thing, if you notice here, is when we come to sign in page, you have a you have a button here, back to home now. So if I click on this, I come back to home page, right? This is seriously too good. And let's come back to cursor now, and let's wait and watch what and how exactly it is creating a page of sign up. Okay, looks like the sign up page is recoded. Let's go and watch based on the curiosity. I will click on sign up page, and there we go. Yes, we have a beautiful looking page here as well. Few things which we don't want is this. So we will do some modification. What exactly it did? Whatever information was there, it redesigned with the same info. Basically, it doesn't know what new things we want, right? And what things we don't want. So that we will give in the new prompt. So as the redesigning is done, I will remove this redesigning line, and I will just say form contain name, email, phone number, password, profile URL we don't want. And I will click on this return or send prompt button. Let's wait and wait for the magic. What I believe is when we are removing the URL of profile page from the form, I think there should be some changes in the database as well. Or maybe no, not in the database, because in database we will add the profile picture so that the profile picture placement is there in database. That is right. But in the form we don't want. So I think the only form will be updated here. Let's see that. So I believe the changes are already being done here, and let's go back to browser, refresh this, and I believe it is already refreshed also because I see full name, email address, phone number, password, confirm password, and create account. And then it says already have an account, sign in instead. And here also we have a back to home page. Awesome. And let's click on keep all. And see, in just three prompts, we redesigned the entire home page, we redesigned the sign in page, which is the login page, and we redesigned the sign up page as well. Uh, Basically, in two prompts, because login and sign up page was done within the same prompt, we just have to tweak the information there. Basically, like we don't want the URL or maybe the profile picture URL, something like that. But apart from that, everything was done in the single prompt for login and sign up. Okay. So let's get back to our document now and let's see what we have to do here. So after login, so let's do one thing. Let's come back here and click on login, and let's do a login now. So I have the demo username and password here. I will click on remember and sign in. Okay, now the insights navbar is still looking the same. So let's come here, and after login, I will just copy this, give it as a prompt. Let's read one more time. After login, instead of showing the user, email, and sign out button in the nav bar, put it in a drop down and show the username instead of the email. Redesign of nav bar is required. Which user after login? Hit enter and wait and watch for the magic. So you see this, there are some changes done in the header.jsx. There are 211 line returns for that and removed 24 lines. I am excited to see what the changes are done. So before it goes and give the conclusion and all, let's quickly go back to the browser, refresh this page and see. Yes, you see this demo, And if I click on this, it says demo, the email address, my book, setting, help and support, and sign out. Oh my God, this is looking really good, right? Like in one or two lines of prompt, it literally understand what we want and accordingly it makes the changes. This is too good. I am loving it. I am loving it. Let's go back to the cursor and see. Yes, it is still waiting and planning for some changes. In this video, we are going to continue what we have left in the past video. Okay, so let's get started. Let's come to the document. And in this document, what we did is we did, I believe this, yes. So sign out button we did. So that once we click on this, we have this my books. If I click on my books, the user comes to my books page. And settings, we don't have settings page. Then help and support also we don't have, but that we will create later. Let's come here and see what is this. So on page blah blah blah, let's copy this. We want the save icon, not the save text. So I will copy this. Before that, I will click on keep and paste it and hit enter. So basically what we are saying here is, if I click on open page and open, so this one, instead of having a save text here, we want the save icon. That's what we discussed, right, when we were creating a document. So I'm just waiting for this. uh, let's come here and let me update the save button to use a icon instead of text. So that is what it understood and that is what we wanted. So quickly it will start editing that, and it is using a svg icon. It is not using that icon, it is using a svg icon. And I believe it removed 2 lines and added 15 more lines, and there we go. You see this icon is there. Now we don't have that save text, we have a save icon. Like, why I want that? Because the text doesn't look good for me, icon is preferred. Okay, so yes, basically we have completed this as well. Let's get back here in document and see what else we want to do. So create a new section of user settings. User can update the info, which is name. We don't want here, we will add a dash here, no comma. So user can update the info, which is name, email, phone, etc. Inside this, create one tab of security where the user can update the password. Allow user to upload the profile picture, and also the same picture will be displayed in the nav bar. So this is what we want. So we'll copy this. We don't have to make any changes in the instruction. So I will copy this, come back here and enter an email password required. Okay, let it be. So I will paste this and I will hit this one, and if anything is running on top, this will be as a queue. But I believe whatever is done here, it's already done. It is asking for the login, so we will log in this cursor inbuilt browser and click on sign in. So at least this cursor AI will go and check what exactly we asked it to do. It has done that or not. So yes, it is done. Sometime I think it behave weird, like whether after doing also it still asks like, dude, I don't know whether I did or not, can I go and check please? It's like, okay, go and check. And it checked, and it also took our next prompt, which was in the queue, which says we need a section of user settings. So basically when the user will click on setting, it will go to that page. Let's see whether the cursor understand that and creates the setting navigation from that drop down automatically, or we have to tell that, dude, like we have a setting button here. When the user click on that, please redirect to that setting page we just created now. Okay. See, as I told you, right? Let's see whether it is identifying that setting page is there in that nav bar or not. It actually did. So it is doing this now. Now let me update the header component to link to the setting page. So header component is this one, the demo. Inside this, when we click on the setting page, it will get redirected to that page. So basically, it knows what to do and what we want. Okay, this is a nice one. Again, I am impressed. I am impressed. Cool. So right now in front of me, what it shows is looking little off, but let's see in the real browser whether it is the same thing which we can see there or not by the time it is testing it. So okay, we will come back to our real browser and then I will click on settings, and yes, here also I see the same thing. It's okay, we can fix this. It also have the option of or paste image URL, then full name, then email address is email cannot be changed. Oh my god, this is literally restricting me that I can't change the email address, and this is the phone number. And we have a security tab where we can change the password. For that we need the current password, we need the new password, and then we need the confirm password as well. Okay, now it is fixing this as well, the UI. It's going and analyzing the UI and fixing the UI by itself. So if you see now, it is not there. But what I think now after looking at this, it's okay, we can keep this link here. So if someone wants to put the image from the URL, it's okay to be there. Okay, so let's remove this. But I think email address should be editable. So I will just tell this is let user edit the email. I let it be in queue. Once this is finished, it's finished. It took that. Let user edit the email ID. Okay, let's see that. Cool. So now we can see the email address is editable now. So let's put the name. I will put my name here. Karan Khandekar, and I will put my phone number as well. My phone number is, if you want to call me, you can call me on this number. I'm just joking. 9876543210 is not my phone number. So you can't call in this number. Cool. So I will save this info now. And if I refresh this, let me say whether it is being saved or not. So name is being saved, but phone number is not being saved. So let's go to localhost and see whether we have the option of saving the phone number. If I go to users here, so email, uh, password created at username, profile picture, all these things we have, but we don't have the phone number. That's why it is not saving. Where it will save, right? There is no place to save. So where the code will go and save the phone number. So for that, we have to come back to cursor and say we don't have a place to save the phone number in database. Please create a place to save the phone number. Hit enter and wait until this queue is being published. Oh, but by the way, I don't think so we have to do that, because you see in this above one, setting.jsx, email address, phone number, phone.data. I think something happened here. Now let me update the profile update handler to include email address. So that is also happening. Now we don't have a place to save the phone number in database. Please create the place to save the phone number. Okay, let me add the phone number field in the database schema and update the backend to handle it. So let's come back to the local server, and right now we don't have the place to see the phone number being saved. I will refresh this and there we go. We have a place now, phone number. Cool. So now we can save the phone number as well. Shall I give my real phone number? So my phone number is again 9876543210, which again you can't call me on this. Basically, in one of the video tutorial, I gave my phone number and I started getting WhatsApp messages, call. So from that time onwards, I stopped using my real phone number here. Okay. So if I save this now, let's come to database, refresh this. Still, we are not able to save the phone number here. There might be something going on in the background. Let's see what is happening here. So yes, the phone number field is created. We saw that in the database. Now it has to go and map this in the server.js file, so that when we click on the save button, the phone number gets saved in the database as well. For that, as it is a Laravel project, a lot of things has to be done. So let the Claude Sonnet 4.5 do the magic. And there we go. We have a lot of green ticks here, which we can see the database integration, the profile, phone number, all those things is done. So let's come back to the browser. I will refresh this and let me try adding the phone number one more time. And I will click on save. It says like profile updated and it logged out. It logged me out completely. Why? Let's see. Maybe there is a requirement or something like that. Let's enter the username and password one more time and click on sign in. Now you can see my name is here. I will come to setting and boom, the phone number is being saved. If I click on save changes again, it saves the changes. Let's wait and watch. Am I logged out? No, I'm not. And if I come to the database now, if I refresh this, you can see the phone number is here now. You cannot see the password because it is hashed, and anyways the password is visible for you there. Okay, now let's see whether the username, so sorry, now let's see whether the user can upload the picture or not. So I'll click on upload photo. It comes here. I will go to desktop, and in desktop I have this picture of mine and I will click on open. This is what the path is, and I will click on save. Fail to upload profile picture. Okay, so this is not getting updated. Okay, or paste the URL. So let's try with the URL here. Visit my LinkedIn profile because I want this like linkedin.com and all those things. From here, if I click on open image in new tab, what it is showing now, yes, this is some link where I can try this. I will paste the link here. Oh, it came now. And if I save this, yes, it is being saved and you can see my name here as well. But if I don't if I upload the picture using this upload button, it's not working, right? So user cannot upload the picture from computer, but the URL upload is working. Hit enter. Wait and watch. Okay, so now it says like perfect. I have added comprehensive logic and improvements. Now let's check and all. So we'll check this now. If it is working, it's working, or else we will fix this specific issue in some later video. Okay, so I will come back here. I will refresh this. I see this. It is still loading and some planning next steps are going on. We'll see. I will click on upload photo. I will click on my picture. I will click on here. So image loaded. Click save to changes. And if I click on save, it still says failed uploading. Okay. But if I take this URL and if I refresh this now, it is gone. And if I add this URL and click save, it is being saved. And if I refresh this, yet yes, it holds the URL. So for now, we will go with this. Once our project is completed, we will come back here and we'll fix this issue. Okay. Because now I don't want to waste time just fixing one error, where we have one more thing to get solved, which is our URL modification. So I will copy this URL modification and I will come here and say URL modification. In URL, let not show the book ID and page ID, instead show the book name and page name. So you remember where exactly it came from. So if I go to my books again, and here if I click on open, here it says like book to books slash two slash pages, and if I open this page it says like pages slash two. So basically it is giving the ID. So I will come back to my books and I will hit this prompt, and instead of this processing I will just hit one more time return, and this will force the queue to get started. Okay, so just waiting. This is my last prompt for this video, and with this I think we are good to go with the app. So we will do one more test check immediately right after this, and then we will go with our next step, which I will tell you at the end of this video what we are going to do next. Okay, So updating routes to use slug instead of IDs. Routes is where the URL is created in the Laravel project and it is updating the routes. You see this, just to change the number which is ID in the URL to a name of the book and the page. There are so many changes which are going. I am literally waiting from last 2-3 minutes. It is just making the changes, and there are a lot to do, right? Just to change the ID to the name in the URL. Okay, so it says that the work is completed. Let's test. Uh, because when it was testing, I saw that it logged out, and when it was trying to log in by itself, the login was getting failed. So let's see whether we are able to log in or not. So I will click on sign in, and yes, fail to sign in is the message which we are receiving here. Okay, so it is saying that found the issue. So the testing, what the cursor is doing by itself, in that testing, it was able to log in. So let's try with our side now. Sign in. Yes, yes, we are able to sign in. Cool. So yeah, in this way, I believe we have created this app in and out. Let's see few changes here and there what we can do, and that I will do it uh, internally. I will not record that, but in the next video, I will show you how exactly to upload this project into a real server. But before that, we need a real server. We are going to learn about how to buy a domain and a hosting from Hostinger. So for that, what we will do is first we will go to my page in GitHub. This is my page karankhadekar.github.io. You can click on this, and then you see a bio page button over here. Click on this bio page button and you will be redirected to my bio page. Okay, here what you have to do is you can go with a premium web hosting. With this plan, you can get the premium web hosting for 100 website, 2500 monthly visitors, 100 GB NVMe storage. That is what you can get here. So what is happening here? This is my affiliate link. So if you go directly and try to buy the premium hosting on Hostinger, the pricing will be different for you. But if you go with this, you will get additional 20% discount. And also, I will earn something from it so that I can maintain the server which I am using for the tutorials purpose. So for that, what you can do is you can just click on buy web hosting here. And once you click on buy web hosting, it will directly take you to the cart if you are logged in. Please log into Hostinger and then you can click on that button. You have multiple options here: 1 month, 12 months, 24 months, and 48 months. So if you click on 12 months, you can see you have 63% discount, which is given by Hostinger itself. And then you have a referral discount of 20% extra, which is coming around 525 rupees if you're in India. If you're not in India but outside India, still this link will work for you. So go with the referral, so you will get additional discount, and also I will also earn something from that. That money will directly go to maintain the server which I have purchased only for the tutorial purpose. So the money which I am getting from the referrals, that money will be used to maintain the server, and we can learn more and more coming forward in the future. Next up, what you can do is just click on continue, and then it will take you to the payment page. And once you are there in the payment page, just fill out the detail, continue with the payment process, and then you are good to go. Once the payment is done, you will be taken to this page. Your payment's done. Let's proceed. And you have to click on get started. And there you go. This is for myself or my business. It is not for someone else. Then create a website, migrate. I hired someone to help me. No, I will click on create a website. Then the next step will be, how do you want to build your website? This is WordPress or hosting or website builder. This is WordPress, different game altogether, and this is hosting or website builder. For now, we will go with empty PHP and HTML website. So you have one free domain available. Start typing to use. So this is what we will get if we are in premium plan. Let's go with ziarastore.in. Let's select this domain and click next. Once you click next, you're done. Now you can't go back. This is the final information which is coming in front of you. You can make some changes. This is my old address. uh, I will add the new address, which I am hiding it for now because I don't want to display my address here. Okay, click on register. I understand all the changes are done. I'll close this, and finishing your domain registration process is what coming on my screen as of now. So once we are done with this, where is your targeted audience? For now, I will keep on India. You have this many countries. Why these locations are coming, or why these countries are coming? Because Hostinger have their servers in those many countries. So you'll click on India, you click your country or whichever country is near to your country, neighbor country or something like that is also fine. Once you click on the country which you wanted, then simply click on next, and then it will initializing steps, and there you go. Slowly you're going towards the final process of owning your own server and a domain name. And there you go. Your domain is connecting. Your site will be accessible when the process finish. This might take up to 1 hour. Sometime it takes 1 hour, sometime it takes less than 1 hour. After some time, you will get this message that verify your email, complete the domain registration to keep your website online. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to go to your email, which is registered to Hostinger. So this is a email which is from Hostinger, which says confirm email for your domain, that is ziarastore.in, and I just have to click on verify email. So once I click on verify email, it says your email address has been verified. Now if you come back here and click on refresh, now you can see your domain is live. Now if you refresh your domain page, that is ziarastore.in, you will see something coming in front of you. Right now we don't have anything live on our server. That is why this Hostinger page is coming. In this video, we are going to learn about how to make our website live in the live server. To make the website live, we have to do some steps which are literally manual. We can't use the AI for this. For example, till now we were developing the website in the local environment. Now we have to move that website to the live environment. So the database which we have, that is in our local host, that we have to export that database and then import that in the live environment. Then the website files, the project files which we have to zip that file and upload that in the live environment. We have to do some changes in the env file. They are very simple. We have to just add the username and password of the database so that the project gets connected to the database and it starts fetching the data. So we have to do most of the things without the help of AI. This is the first video where we are not going to use AI. In most of the places, or maybe almost everywhere, we are not going to use AI just because of the security reasons and the exporting the database and all. We should not do that. We can do, but let's understand how to do it manually as well. So without wasting much time, let's jump on the screen and let's get started. So before we start, make sure your XAMPP server is on, because to export the database, we have to go to the local host. Okay. So let's turn on the database, click on start all. Now let's go to local host. Okay, local host, then my PHP admin. So this is our database. So now this database, we have to export it and import it in the live server. So in this step, what we will do, we will just export the database. So what we have to do, this is our my notes application database. I will click on export here. You can give a name to your database, or else it will take it as my notes app by default. You just have to click on export. It's that simple. Your database is exported. Now, step number 2. Let's zip our project file. Document wipe code. So if you see, this is our project file. So what I have to do here is I will right click this and I will compress this file in Mac, In Windows, again, you have to zip the file, but make sure it is in .zip extension. So I will compress this file and the file will compress. So the zip and the database is exported. We are ready with two steps. Now let's go to the live server. We have already learned how to purchase a domain and the hosting in the last video. If you haven't watched that, please go and watch that. You will know how to buy the domain and hosting in Hostinger and also how to get an additional 20% discount using my referral. So this is my Hostinger account. Let's go to the store. Let's click on dashboard here to the domain name. In front of the domain name, there will be one button called dashboard. Once you click on that, you will come to the website dashboard. Now what you have to do, you have to click on database here. So I'll click on database. Now here you have to give the name of database. You can see MySQL database name and MySQL database username. So you have to give the username and the database name to this specific one. I have given the name, database name and the username. So username, you can give it your name as well. I will just type it my name, Karan, my notes like this. And password, let's generate it automatically. Okay, then I will just create this database. Once the database is created, you will see the database here. You have the database name mentioned here. You have the database username mentioned here, created at and on what store it is. So now let's go to my PHP admin. So click on my PHP admin, and here is your my PHP admin for your my notes database. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to import the database. So I will click on import here. I will choose the file. Now the most important step what you have to do is scroll down at the end and make sure this specific option, do not use auto increment for zero value. You should turn this off. Okay, this is the most important step. You should turn this off, or else the incremental value which is there in your database, it will not work. So you have to turn this off and then click on import. So once you click on import, all your database is imported. Now come back to our Hostinger panel. Now here you have created the database. Now again click on the overview panel here and now go to file manager. So click on file manager here. Here you have to go to public underscore HTML. So inside this, you have to upload the files. Okay. For you, there might be a chance that there will be one file called default.php. You can delete that file. It's completely fine. You can delete that file. Now in this place, the zip file which we created, we have to upload this zip file here. So I will drag and drop the zip file here and the zip file will be imported. Okay, you can see the file is getting uploaded here. Now this is the zip file which we have imported. Okay, now we have to unzip the file so that all the files are open here. So if you click on this button, which is extract, it will ask you where do you want to extract that. So simply create one folder called ext, which is extract, and click on extract. Cool. So all the files are uploaded to our server now. Now what you have to do is go to your dashboard and then again go to your database. And here you have to copy paste your database name, username, and a password. Where do you have to do that? You have to enter that in this env file. In this env file, focus on this specific area, which is your database name. This is database. So you have to copy your database name here. Then you have to copy your database username from here and you have to paste it here and the password of your database. You can keep the password directly or you can keep the password inside the quotes here if you are using a special characters in your password. Make sure there should not be space after the equal to sign in your database name, database username and password. And also you should not have a extra space after the last character of your database name, username and password. Okay. So once you do this, you just have to click on save, close this, come here, go to overview, and if you click on your domain name here, or you can directly go and type the domain name ziarastore.in, and your website is live, up and running. So this way we have made our website live, which is up and running. Uh, there might be some errors once it is live. We have to go and check one by one, and then we have to fix that errors. So let's start testing the website in live environment. We will try to fix those errors in the website. Now, I tested the website completely in and out, and the flow of the website is running completely fine. As the project is completely ready, the project will be available on GitHub for download. The only thing is there, when the project is there on GitHub, all the folders won't be there on GitHub. Basically, the vendor and some other files and folders won't be there in the GitHub. So what you have to do, you have to download the repository from GitHub, open the project in the cursor, and just give a prompt. This is the project. There are some missing files and folders. Can you please download the folders? It will download all the files and folders which are missing, or maybe which are not there in the GitHub repository. Once it is done, upload the project. Then you can upload the project on the live server or in your local server. The only one thing in addition which I have done is I have added a installer to the project. It means when you open the project, you have to fill some information, which is the database name, database username, and the password. The database will be created and you can run the project. I will show you how exactly to deploy this app on a live server with our installer. So without wasting much time, let's jump onto the screen and let's get started. Okay, so you can see this is my hosting panel where I am already there. I'm already there in the place where I can create the database, and this is my server space. So what I will do, once my project is ready with all the vendors and artisan files, I will just drop this zip file to my server. Cool. So this is how the zip file is uploaded to the server. Now let's click on extract here, and as usual I will just create one folder with the name ext, which is extract, and let's extract the project in that folder. Cool. Now we don't need this zip folder, so I will just delete this zip, and let's get inside the ext folder, and inside the ext folder we have one more folder, and now we have our project here. So I will select all folders by Command A or Control A. Now I will move all the files to public underscore HTML. So now we are in this wipe code release folder. Let's go one step back. Now we are in the public underscore HTML folder. Now I will click on move, and boom, all the files are moved to public underscore HTML. Now let's find that ext folder and delete that. This is the ext folder which is by default selected, and now I will delete this folder. Now we have our project here. As a default process, what we have to do is we have to go to env and add the database name and all those things, but now here we are not doing that. So what we are doing actually, so let's go to our domain, which is ziarastore.in. Once you come to this domain, you will see this installation setup. So installation setup means configure your database. So automatically it will take your URL, even if it is a subdomain, main domain, no matter what, it will take your URL directly here. Now, what you have to do, and basically what you have to change here is, don't change anything which is pre-filled. You have to change only the area which is not yet filled. So for example, your database name, database username, and database password. So now in this case, let's come to our hostinger panel, click on database here, and now quickly create a database. So I will create a database by name, uh, my notes, and the username will be current notes. And let's create a password quickly here. And now what you have to do, once everything is created, First thing first, you copy this password and then click on create here. Okay. Once you click on create, your database is created here, which is your current nodes, my nodes, and all. Come to our installer and first paste the password here. Once you paste the password, now you can come and copy the entire database name and place it in your database name here, and then copy the entire database username and then paste the username here. Now I will click on my PHP admin, and now you can see our database is here, but it is completely empty. Now see the magic. Now we have added our database name, database username, and password, and now I will click on run. So once you click on run, it will tell you like, okay, installation finished, redirecting to home in 3 seconds. Boom, you're here. Once you refresh, you can see your database is here. And now if you go to your app, boom, your website is up and running. Now if you click on sign up, now you can quickly create your account here, add your email ID, Karan at gmail.com, your phone number, and your password, and create your account, and boom, you're inside your account. You can go and check your my books, you can go and check your settings. Skip that. If you come to my books, you can click on create books and you can name this book as test book. Come here, create page, uh, page 1. You come inside this, you have your my notes app open, and if you do any changes here, so yeah, this way we have deployed our website completely up and running. You can now use this app for your notes. Maybe you can share this with your friends. They can also use this app to create their own notes. So that's all in this complete series of vibe coding with Cursor. I hope you like this. I hope you learned something about vibe coding. And I will see you next time in some other tutorial on Wit Reach. So signing off.